Welcome everybody. You're watching the Day Trading Options Daily Review for March 3rd, 2016. I'm Scott, he's Alan, and she's Susan. She's joining us for our second daily review, which is really awesome. Welcome Susan, welcome Alan.
Hello.
So, were we able to make any money today?
I did.
Go ahead, Alan.
Are we getting mixed signals here?
Yes, I didn't. You know what? The market was like that in the morning, and I said, you know, I have these other things to do, and I went and did the other things. And I also didn't like the cloud thing that was here, and I said, you know what? I'm just going to take the day off and go do something else. But that doesn't mean there wasn't money. Go ahead, Susan.
Well, I felt the same way. I mean, if you take a look at SPY, it bounced up and down like in a 50 cents range for most of the day. But, you know, I was watching Tesla and I was watching the EA, and at 1 o'clock, which would be 1300, you know, Tesla popped up. It came up above the Y point, wonderful EA, K-band color, background color, like it was saying, you know, everything was saying, buy me, buy me. But I had taken a nap and lost my focus, and basically I just watched the move. And if anybody caught this move today, they were laughing all the way to the bank. I think it went right to about, I think roughly 1350 up and down. But, you know, there was a good right from 13 to about 1348, a good 40% move.
Beautiful.
I mean, you know, you might have gotten out at the first Y point. That, I do believe, was about 23%. So, you know, from 13 to about that 1320.
Yeah. Yeah, great move.
Yeah.
And then, as you can see, it's sort of stuck in there and doesn't want to do
Comes to the
much else.
end, yeah.
Yeah, but it basically went up all day.
Beautiful.
So, I mean, this would have been an amazing trade, and all the signals were there.
Yeah, they certainly were.
Yeah, you definitely could have earned at least 23% in the first 20 minutes of the trade.
Yeah, and the afternoon trades, you do have to give up, like you say, 20 minutes for them to give you some money, because it's not as fast as the morning. And some people would have expected a bit of a blast in the afternoon. I often do, because if the morning's dead, it's like, well, it's not going to stay dead. Something's going to give. These people are hanging on the sidelines for something, and then what happens is somebody starts to light the fire, and then the whole thing goes. But you had a good volume spike, which was a great clue, but that came in a little bit later than the first go. Yeah. So
I think, you know, there was the second candle, and then you can see the size of the third candle and the fifth candle. You know, I mean,
they were big. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice move in Tesla here.
Great, and it's also a good example if you look at it in terms of, you know, getting in a little bit late, getting out a little bit early, and you just take that money that's there in the middle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't have gotten in any earlier anyways, because there was no background color and no K-band, and you know you want it to break the 11 o'clock top.
Yeah. And
because that's a definite form of resistance right there.
Yes, it is. A lot of people trade that way. Now, the one that I missed was Home Depot. I wanted to grab that this morning, but I didn't like the way that the overall market was so flat. And I thought, well, in these kinds of situations, when the market is like, you know, just doing this kind of stuff, up, down, garbage, then this thing breaks out. It's like, well, is it really going to continue or not? And I trade a little bit more cautiously, and I didn't like it, because then there was this red candle. Now, this red wasn't that deep, but it was like, I don't care. And my point is, I don't care how much money I throw away, like in the sense only of the trades I missed. There's thousands of things happening every day that I'm not making money on.
Right.
There's 7 billion people I don't talk to every day, because there's maybe 100 or whatever I do talk to. I don't care about what I didn't and what I missed out on. That's kind of like envy or whatever it is. I really focus on what's my trading style. Do I make money at it? Does it work for me? Is it consistent? I don't like changing up my rules, and I have seen people do this. It's a human thing to do, is to say, oh, well, I missed that, so I'm going to add this weird little rule in here, and then it doesn't work, the next 19 out of 20 times, but it worked there. So, whatever it is that you do, and that's the beauty of you can change all this stuff up and do whatever you want in here pretty much. So long as you can consistently make money. I had somebody throw a theory at me recently, and I love it that people throw theories at me, that they can test themselves. They says, well, on this particular day of the week, the market does this, and then this particular day of the month, rather, the market does that. And I already know that that's not true, but then I thought, okay, great, let's go back to 2010, and let's go load up, a day here, and then click it and go to Control N, go to the end of the day, and I test it. And it didn't take me long to find out that that was maybe something that was true for the last 2 months. But that's not going to work for me in a year from now, I'm pretty sure.
Click on that. Click on that third candle, Alan. Because you were thinking about getting to Home Depot. What was the indicators? What was your EA on that one? Because your volume was just coming up as well.
Yeah, let's back up here a bit. And so, I liked it here, but when we go back to when the trade began, and here it's auto switched to 2-minute candles, it's like, well, it was nice here. It's fighting against the previous high, and then it lost against the high, and this is the point that I would have looked, oh, let's get in. But then it was doing this. I didn't like it, and so the EA was 11 at that point. Well, it's coming back. Now it's up to 21. So if it actually breaks above that, then there maybe is a good trade in there. But I only have 20 cents.
Oh, right.
Until I hit a resistance point.
Right.
Yeah.
So keep going.
Yep.
Okay,
yeah.
Now, can you buy now? But it's late.
It's a bit late, and I've lost too much money getting into trades late that I just don't do it anymore. And that's why that 4 is there. Is like, this is the 4th upward moving candle, so these down ones don't count, of this move. So there's a bunch of candles here, but this is the 4th that's moved it up. I don't like it anymore. It's not so good.
So we have exceptions. Here are the rules, right? 4th candle, I don't like it because 99% of the time it's terrible, right? So we want to play the high percentage. This is what you're saying. We want to play the high percentage. Yeah, I've seen this a million times, and 4 or 5 times out of a million it goes up. This time it went up. Boo-hoo, sorry. I could have made a bunch of money, didn't. But I know that 99% of the time, if I get in now, I'm going to lose money. So I would rather be 99% right 99% of the time and miss the 1% where it's the exception to the rule that I can never predict.
Yeah.
Basically, that And so I want to bring that point up because, you can look back at the charts and say, oh, look, there's a great opportunity. Yeah, this time, but the next 10 times, if I do the same thing, I'm going to lose money. So what's the point, right?
Right. I'm not interested in risky, mediocre, semi-good trades.
Particularly when we keep showing trades that are so, what the advantage of this trade is you can see this is something that made money but was a bad trade. And we show so many where the volume is there, the EA is there, it's the second candle in on the dark green. You got, everything is right. Those are the ones that we want you to go for, because if you go for the other ones, you might as well just go to the local casino.
Yes, and so I've actually taught a few people to do this after they've suffered a loss, because people do that.
Go to the casino?
No, they go to the casino, yes, but they actually suffer a loss because they're newer at the trading and they haven't got all the things worked out. Mostly it's the mindset. It says, well, this looks good. No, it doesn't look good. You just want to make money. It doesn't mean it's going to give it to you. So one of the things I've actually suggested to some people, and I used myself, is there's a way to use anger, because it's a I didn't like it when my dad used anger on me when I was a kid. This is not that. It's about being an advanced being that says, oh, I can actually apply an emotion in a way so that I have neurons that step on the other hope, greed, foolish neurons. And so I've actually told a few
Good
people,
one.
and it works for some and it doesn't work for others, only because they don't apply it or personality or whatever. But it goes like this, and I'm going to say it quieter than I have said when I did do this. I effing hate losing money. I will not take a late trade. And so I'm using anger energy, because then when I get into a trade that looks like this, that could be good, my little neurons go, oh, let's get into that. But the anger neurons go, I will not, oh yeah, ooh, let's not piss him off. And it works. It's just brain mechanics, but it's not something you're taught in school, but we really ought to be. It's like, listen, if you've got a small bad habit that you really want to get rid of, be angry at yourself in a way so that you've got these strong neurons that go, whoa, oh yeah, I remember, he yelled at me. Oh, but that was me. Oh yeah.
Yeah, another thing about this trade is you still only have 49 cents to the next resistance. So, you're definitely pushing your luck.
Yeah, and it looks like this is, huge, but each one of these dashed lines, as you're saying, it's only 25 cents.
Yeah.
And these numbers auto change the RA and all that kind of stuff. It's all done for you, but it's based on previous day, and and people use these formulas. They're real. Today it might be 50 cents, and the next day it might be $1. I don't care. As you say, 49 cents. That's not so good. And if the spread is 10, 20, 30 cents, you're going to probably lose money.
And was that going with the basket as well, Alan? Like,
yeah, it was. Yeah, the basket line's here buried in there. But yeah, the basket's going up. But look, I've got, a 3 for green. I've got cloudy, which means direction's not so good. And here's what the basket says. It's below average so far. Most trades lack follow-through. Risky times. That's enough for me. But damn it, this one time it was right. Great. The other 19 times, whatever. I want probability.
Good. So do we have any other trades we want to look at today, or are those the only two?
Those were the only ones that I looked at today, and after that I just said, forget it.
Yep. So the other lesson is that there are some days when, you're far better off just sitting on the beach.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, or go play squash, as Susan likes to.
There you go. Great. So this is the Day Trading Daily Review for March 3rd, 2016. Thanks for joining us, everybody. In the descriptions, we've got links to our courses. We strongly suggest you get training. They come with a 30-day free trial of the software. We strongly suggest that you practice and that you get some coaching. So if you've got any questions, you can find us at www.wavesofprofit.com. And there's a little subscribe button in the bottom right. Click on that so you don't miss any of these exciting episodes. We're here to show you that you can actually make money 10% in 10 minutes or less pretty much every day. And the days that you can't, play some squash, sit on the beach, enjoy life, because you're not stressing yourself out because you're in a losing position. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Thank you for being with us too, Susan. Really appreciate having you on the show.
Anytime.
And Alan, you're a delight as always.
Thanks.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.